Here I've got my Magret de Canard duck breast, and I'm taking the skin off. Can you see that? Take that skin off, and I don't want to cut into the meat, so I'm just going to gently move that back, and you see how I'm taking that off. Look at that. So I'm going to take the skin and put that in a skillet to render off some duck fat from my potatoes. These are parboiled bacon potatoes because I like the texture of a bacon potato. It's going to be nice and fluffy inside. So here's my beautiful duck skin. This is how I keep myself looking young. I'm fully moisturized with duck fat and champagne. So here's the skin. I'm going to score it just a little bit like this with my knife. Just a little scoring, just to release some of the fat in there. And I want to keep this kind of flat if I can. So I'm going to take my mama's black cast iron skillet. I'm going to put it in my other cast iron skillet and put this right on top. Watch this. Watch. Ready, set. And I'm put this right on top, just like that. That's going to keep my duck skin flat and crisp it up. I'm going to turn it on the other side and nicely brown it. That's going to be delicious and crunchy and sumptuous. So in this skillet over here, I'm going to take my duck breast, and here is the duck breast here with the skin on it. I'm going to put salt. I've got a little bit of pepper. This is very simple. Now, if you wanted to put rosemary or thyme or, some oregano, you could give it an herbal flavor. But I'm going to be very straightforward, very classic, very old-fashioned and French. And I'm just going to use salt and pepper. And here is that duck breast. I'm going to score it just a little bit. Crisscross score it just like that. And I'm going to do it skin down first, like this. And I've got the plain duck breast with no skin. I'm going to do that too, like this, right? As soon as I get my duck fat rendered off on this beautiful skin, I'm going to brown up my parboiled potatoes. Fry those potatoes up. They're going to be really delicious. Potato beton. Perfectly cut the way that Gordon likes it. Now, I want to tell you why this dish is so important to me. 30 plus years ago, my first day in Paris, Magret de Canard was my first dinner that I had in Paris. And it was a revelation when I tasted duck in Paris. I had always had duck cooked like kind of, old lady style in America. Always baked, overcooked, gray, and stringy. And when I had it in Paris, it really let me know, I realized that I had never had duck prepared properly. And it wasn't a fancy place. It was just a little kind of hole in the wall place. And it kind of really changed my life forever. And the thing about this is that it looks fabulous. It looks expensive. It tastes sumptuous. It's really looks fancy, right? But the fact is that it's pretty classical. It's very traditional. I'm getting some nice color on that duck. Look at that. That's duck fat. Look at how that browns. Duck fat browns better than anything else in the world. It's so good. You can cook anything in duck fat, even toast. So I think that this really represents me because it looks fabulous, it looks fancy, it looks extravagant, it looks sumptuous and extreme, but it's really easy. It's very traditional. It's very classical. And up under all of this fabulosity, this is just plain, old-fashioned good. And it's not that difficult to understand, just like me. So This is why I think that if I present this to you at MasterChef, I'm hoping that you'll be able to see past all of these designer clothes and see behind all of the fabulosity and notice what is true Tommy Walton. The regular, ordinary, plain, traditional, and old-fashioned Tommy Walton. Most people don't think that I'm like that, but I really am. Look. Beautiful. Look at that. I don't like to move it around too much because I want to make sure that that duck skin is really truly caramelized. And my skin is looking okay over here. I'm going to flip it over, let it keep rendering, put my skillet back on top, and let that keep going. And once I finish browning this the way I like it, nice and rich golden brown, caramelized skin, crispy skin, then I'm going to let it rest, and I'm going to slice it and plate it. And you have nothing to do but enjoy it.